let's jam.
And bang. And boom. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back, goddammit, to another edition of Tell Me a Joke, the guideline of chasing the dream. I'm your host of Maniacal Menace. Say the whole thing like a pimp named Slickback. The Maniacal Menace Councilman say the whole thing like a pimp named Slickback. I fucked it up. I came in here and I fucked it up. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Better, boss. Gotta do better.
We are out here today at the beautiful. I don't even know where we're at.
Herman.
It's
Herman
Herman
Park.
Park. Herman. We're out here at the beautiful Herman Park with the fresh to the scene, soft spoken but powerful worded Jada Luciano.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm great. You know,
good?
It's so pretty out here.
It is really nice out here.
The wind is really blowing through my curls.
Yeah,
well,
I see that. I see it. You got a luscious lock blowing,
You know what I'm
flowing.
saying?
Just it's
Some
nice.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
It
You
is.
know what I'm saying?
It's such a good day, and I'm glad. Like, cause the last place I was able to do this was also outside. Like, it's good to be out in nature. Like, I've been getting this feeling like, I've been cooped up at the house too long.
Yes.
So to get wired back to seeing people again, it needs to switch back on.
Yep.
You know, I found that when I went to Puff Poetry last Tuesday. Tuesday I was there and I was like, I can't. It's hard to interact right now. I'm like, I'm not thinking fast enough.
I don't think I like these people. I know them, but I don't like them.
Yeah. My thought process was like, I don't know what to tell you right now. You know what? Fuck it. Let me just do my thing, and I'm gonna go back in this corner. It'd be weird, you know?
It'd be weird. No.
So your thing is poetry.
It is. I like to call myself a pretty little poet now.
A pretty little poet. Okay.
Pretty little poet.
Yeah.
When people come to my page, they're gonna see poetry, whole bunch of church girl stuff, and fitness.
Fitness.
Yeah.
You're big, and did this just come about? The fitness kick
like the end of 2022, coming into 2023.
You ever did any sports or anything in high school?
I ran track.
Exactly.
And played football in high school.
Oh, okay, really? So what position did you play for?
Wide receiver.
Wide receiver? Come on. Come on. Is this flag? Is this tackle? How we playing football?
I was the only
contact.
girl on an all-boys football team.
Get out of here.
Swear.
With the moves,
Cannot make this up. Don't ask me to catch football now, though.
No?
No. Absolutely.
That is very interesting. Like, what drove you to actually want to play football? Full contact. Beyond other things.
So I was going to Energy Institute High School, and I played football for Yates. My school didn't have sports. We were the engineering-based school, so they didn't have no sports.
Yeah.
They're pretty lame. I love them, though. Anyways, and I would play football with them. I was just a tomboy. I would play football with them. We had this huge field at our school, and the guys would play football, and I just loved playing with them. And I would always be like the quote unquote receiver. And I was like, one day I was just at home.
This position she gonna play.
That's the position I would play. And one day I was just at home, and I was just chilling, and I was like, wow, what if I did this in real life? So I told my mom, and I was like, Mom, I want to play football. And she was like, yeah, okay.
Mom's not for it.
She was like, as soon as you break a bone, it's over with. Never broke a bone. Fun fact.
That's good.
Played for 2 years, never broke a bone. But yeah, I called Yates and Coach Watkins. He was a coach at the time. He wasn't there. I was like, y'all, I just want to make it clear, I'm not transgender. I'm not trans, okay?
Because you're of the age group to where you gotta go ahead and specify nowadays.
You never know.
Wild.
You never know, dude.
Wow.
So yeah, and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna give him a message. And he called me the next day. And he was like, I was the first girl to play for them in the history of the school.
Ooh, that's always fun.
Yeah.
That's always fun, making history of the school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say I'd made history for being the only boy cheerleader for at least 3 years at my school. Yeah.
Nice.
The only I mean, there was other male cheerleaders before me, but for like at least 2 years. I was the only one, and I held it down.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. You just got to sometimes.
It was a difficult hold down, but
sure,
you know.
I understand.
But,
I was getting everything stolen. They just did not want me to be great.
No, come on. That's like
shoes,
unnecessary roughness. Like,
shoes, receivers' gloves, shoulder pads.
I'm pretty sure you can't. But who's fitting your gloves though? Why they taking your gloves?
There were small niggas out there.
True. We probably got the same size hand. No lie. No lie, I'd have probably took her gloves
probably.
too. Like, she got a good grip on her gloves.
You feel me? I was going to Academy getting the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell no. Come on. That's fucked up. Why would you?
It was hard out there in them streets.
That's what's up. Receiver. So all right. So that and then that. But how did that turn into what you are now?
So I started writing my sophomore year. I was just going through a lot.
Usually how it happens.
I started playing football in high school. I ran track. Then I was that's when I got my first job. I was working at Domino's. I worked at Domino's for like 3, going on 4 years. And then I also picked up a job at H&R Block.
Oh, you just
so I was working 2 jobs.
Get it in.
And playing 2 sports my sophomore and junior year.
That's a lot. That's a lot to take on.
I was not passing my class. No.
It's got to be one or the other.
Barely making it. Falling asleep in class.
Yeah.
Or not going to school because I needed to catch up. Like, it was just lying. It's not because I couldn't do it. I just didn't have time.
Yeah.
Like I was.
It takes up a lot of time.
It was a lot. Yeah, it was so much.
2 jobs.
Because I was the only person in the house working at one point. So my sophomore year, I started writing because I was just going through so much with boys and low-key trying to have a life. So I was sneaking out the house like crazy.
Yeah. Good luck.
You know, one of my poems I talk about that. You know, one of my pieces I talk about that and hints at that. And yeah, I graduated in 2020. 2020, you know, COVID, so I didn't have a graduation or a prom. Yeah.
That's wild. So how was that?
I did not think I was gonna graduate.
Really?
Yeah. Like, the only reason why I graduated was because my dean was probably one of 2 black people on the entire staff at my school.
Yeah.
So I say to this day, like, if she wasn't my dean, I probably would not have graduated. But because I was like, my grades were just so bad. You know, my senior year, I was like, I'm not gonna get a scholarship. Anyways, no matter how fast I run, my grades are terrible. Nobody's gonna
Yeah, I felt the same way with leaving school. I didn't have to deal with a pandemic, but I was really good. I was good enough for cheerleading to where I was actually able to get a scholarship at the school that I went to. Yeah, Southeast Louisiana. I love the school. Fuck that cheerleading team though. You know. Yeah. I was on that cheerleading team for fucking 3 days, and that was it. Yeah, they kicked the nigga off. Yeah, it ruined the blemish because I was the only nigga on the team. They was like, you good though. Like, they couldn't deny my score because I've been doing shit. I've been cheerleading for like at least fucking 5 years before then. So I was nice with it, and then, you know, I made the team, and then I was like, yeah. Well, I still have the picture of us out here in Texas that we went to camp out in Texas. And of all of us in our uniforms that we had on that day, taking a picture. I'm the smallest one, so out of all these white folks, I'm that little fucking pepper right there in the middle. And I want to know if it's still there in the fucking books, goddammit. The only one, nigga, out of all these years. They never had a nigga on the cheerleading team. Yeah, I got there. Yeah, I made the team like that Thursday, and that Sunday, nigga, was off. Gone. They're like, we can't have you. Yeah, they didn't even give me no 3 strikes thing. They called me on the phone. They had a secret meeting Saturday. I was like, what about? I can't even get up there to the meeting. Y'all even
say so
at all. Yeah, they didn't tell me about the meeting or nothing like that. They was like, yeah, you a hazard to the team. I'm like, I'm a hazard? Oh shit.
That is insane.
I didn't know I was hurting people's feelings like that. Damn, they fucked me over. So I had a scholarship for like, at least a good 3 days.
And then you lost
that was
it.
Lost it like a motherfucker.
That's so terrible.
Yeah, I know. And then they asked for their shit back. I was like, well, excuse me? Yeah, I'm a nigga. I'm not about to give y'all a damn thing back. What?
Hey.
Still use their bag till this day. I'm like, God damn, fuck y'all.
Using the bag to this day is crazy.
Yeah, man. Y'all ain't about to get nothing back from me. Y'all
hilarious.
fucked over me.
Hey,
I wasn't for it.
That's black folks for you.
I know, man. That's life. That's life.
Like
and then you come out of that and be like, man, fuck that. It's crazy that you can do your own. You can just be your own person. When poetry came to you, like, did you know that's what you was gonna do?
Nah. I didn't know what I wanted to do.
It feels right now, though, huh?
It feels right now, like, it's just kind of unreal. Because, like, I wanted to go to school for architecture.
Okay.
I wanted to be an architect. I wanted to be a part of a team and watching something come to life that I took part in.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I wanted to be an architect so bad. And it was the only thing that, like, out of all these freaking degrees, I'm like, I want to be no freaking engineer or coder or whatever. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
I was like, okay, architect, okay, that sounds cool. But yeah, 2021, like, I stepped out to the scene. Deuce, the poet.
Yeah.
I reached out to her and she sent me like 5 open mics.
Boom.
And it was one going on that night. But I was like, oh, it's too late. Yeah. So the next day, the very first open mic I went to was Free K's open mic. I don't remember where it was at. It was like near Pearland somewhere. Yeah. But I literally Ubered there by myself. I was 18,
you Ubered
by the
to
way.
Pearland from around this area?
From the 3rd Ward area,
Oh, shit. I don't know how far that is, but everything's far out here.
Dedicated like a mug,
oh, my God.
Bro.
You
Dedicated
Ubered.
like
Hell yeah.
By
That's
myself.
dedication.
I was 18.
Oh.
I went in that joint sitting by myself. I got a Sprite. I got because everybody was turning up. I was like, I can't do this. I can't just be sitting. I at least got to be taking a sip of Sprite. You know what I'm saying? Have me a little Sprite.
Give me some clips so they know what it is.
I was cute. And yeah, like, the rest is history.
It's been
that
on the
year.
popping ever since. Come on. That's what's up. Yeah, I kind of just fell into this more. Like, this is what I'm doing more as I'm out here. Comedy is still there. Like, I'm always gonna be a comedian. But this is what has been getting my rocks off. Like, I have been really enjoying where this poetry is taking me, and I feel as if, like, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, coming from the comedian mind in me, but as just an entertainer myself, I'm like, no, this is exactly what you should be doing, because like, with comedy is going to take you in this direction. With poetry, the poetry is going to take you in this direction. Like, you can go both. Yeah. Like, it's okay. And, you know, so now I think about that more. Like, it's okay to just constantly be doing this more, because like, this builds my poetry scene. In my mind, this builds the poetry side of what I'm doing, because comedy poetry is always going to be there, and it can jump between both realms. But I also have just poems that I can just recite for just poetry, instead of being both comedy and poetry. So
the comedy and poetry go hard.
I know. That's what makes it stand out, and that's what I prefer.
For sure.
I prefer to stand out instead of being just like everybody else.
You're definitely known for that.
Yeah, and it feels good. It feels good, because it makes my writing like steer that way more. Like, I just let the whatever words come, they just come, and it's like, all right, this is how this is gonna go. But sometimes I want to be
intentional.
Yeah, like, this is what I want to write about, and that's what makes the writing difficult. Like, what is your process when it comes to writing?
It's changed so much. Yeah. Because before, I was writing, you know, I started in high school, so I was writing just like however I was feeling. Like, 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm crying and I'm like, I need to write.
Those emotional writings.
Yeah. It's trash.
Yeah, we're not bringing these to the light of day. We go.
Absolutely not. Yo, I go back and I'm like, yo, even, you have sad poems.
Yeah.
And like the sad poems go crazy. No.
Yeah.
Trash.
Yeah.
Completely trash.
I don't want none of that.
So, yeah, no. And so then, like, last year, it was still kind of like that. I was writing when I went through something, whether it was good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like now I write whenever it comes. Like, I don't like forcing my writing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless somebody asked me to write a piece for something.
Yeah.
I've had custom pieces where I had to write, and man, so such a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
It definitely, like, you challenge yourself like way more than you even
challenge.
thought. Mm-hmm.
I was with this poetry. Well, when I was in California for that year that I was out there, I found a little poetry community, and it is not vast as this one is down here, to where you could just it's a group of people that you meet. The people that I ran into were either from the age of, like, I just got out of high school, or like I just finished menopause. So there was never in between, So it's just like, okay,
goodness.
Ain't no prospects over here. I'm just actually coming to recite. So I'm not coming to enjoy be friend. I mean, I've befriended some folks that are out there. There's some really talented young individuals that are out there, but. The older crowd, they had more of a standard of, like, okay, this is our community. We're gonna build it from here. Look, this is our topic. We're gonna write about this. And I was with them long enough to have, like, at least 4 topics that they sent out, like, I think monthly or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. This is like, it was a nice writing exercise, because I'm like, yeah, I never just picked something to write about, and then. Like, once I was given those exercises, I was like, oh shit, so I am capable of doing this. You never know your capabilities until you try.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things where it's like, well, let's see where this goes. Let's see how much how funny these poems can really be. Like that's one of my things that I think about every time that when I write, like, how funny will this be?
Wow.
And most of the time it's like, this ain't funny at all. At all.
It got pretty deep, actually.
Yeah, until I bring it to people, and I'm like, oh, okay, so this is good. So all right, and the dynamics of comedy and poetry being put together, me being a comic first, I'm able to take my poetry and recite it, but also recite it into segments to where I can pause in between and actually have it breathe. And that took time. That didn't come right away. Yeah. Because as you know out here, you've been doing this for a minute. I mean, poetry, it's welcoming, but it is nerve-wracking. Like
so nerve-wracking.
I get very nervous before I've been doing this for quite some time now. And, like, how are your nerves? And how do you deal with them?
My nerves, they are like mini firecrackers. Like, it's like they're lit, but they don't go off until right when it's my time.
That's that bullshit.
Like, literally, like, right when I know they're about to call me. Yeah. Or right, like, when they call my name. Yeah. And, like, all my nerves, it's like, literally, they just burst. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's my turn. And then I get on stage, and I'm just like, okay, it's time to go.
Yeah,
like,
I know. You just gotta kind of power through it. It's so strange how, as a performer, you can do that. Like, because I always feel as if I'm gonna freeze up, choke up, forget my words or something like that. It's usually, I've never, well, knock on wood, because this is fresh to me still. I've never froze up on the beginning of a poem. It's always something towards the middle, which I can't say that for comedy. Like
I feel like it's because like we subconsciously start like thinking about other stuff.
Yeah.
Like we're thinking about the crowd, or we're like, oh well, they're not responding to this like I thought they would. Or it's like, at least for me, like in my brain, I realize that like I'm not just reciting like that. I'm subconsciously thinking about other things, which those thoughts make me nervous and ultimately make me mess up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel
it's
like
so crazy how we're multitasking the whole time as we're reciting.
So freaking insane.
And if people, like
whole
if
2.5
people,
minute poem that you had to memorize.
All these words that we put in a category, organized in a certain way, so when we speak these words, it comes out in a certain pattern that it fucking hits your mind. It's like, oh, I relate to this, and it's like, yeah, good. You know how nervous I am trying to recite this? I'm spitting feelings to you right now, and you know, you have nothing but just like how this poem makes you feel. And, you know, but in my head, I want to give that out, but I also want to give the impression that I feel how this poem feels every time I recite it. But I never can get there like 2 minutes before I gotta do it, because it's like I'm so nervous. I set my watch to where I test my heart rate right before like I know I'm about to go up or something like that, and I've like topped out to like 110.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like 112 and shit. I'm like, oh man, my heart's beating way too fast right now. Sitting down, not doing shit, just thinking hard. Sweating so like a motherfucker. And I'm like, and it's something that I know, and it's like I don't know why it makes me so nervous to do it, because I've done it so many times.
You've done it so many times.
But it just it's that feeling that it's like, this is what you do. This is what it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
you know?
And it's like if you're not scared or nervous about something, then that means you don't care about it.
You don't care about it.
You don't care about it.
You're not feeling it.
You're not feeling it, and it's like, for us to always feel like that, to want to give it our best, to want it to be close to perfect, because it's not gonna be perfect. It's not, but close to perfect as possible every time. It's like we care. Like, this is our art, you know. We're sensitive about it, super sensitive about it, and we want people to be impacted. We want people to love it just as much as we do. So
how do you go about the time after, when you've done your poem, but you know that you didn't it wasn't 100%. Fuck, everybody else saw it as 120, but you know it was like 75. Like, how do you? What are the thoughts like? The moments after?
I tried to just hold on to like knowing that I did my best in that moment. Like, in that moment, I know for a fact that was 70, but in that moment for me, it was my 100%. Yeah. So it's like, and then also like the feedback, I'm like, okay, I did get the feedback that I desired, or I wanted someone to be touched. Like in Philly, I just performed this weekend. I was there this weekend, and
shout out to Voice of the Power.
Shout out to VIP, baby. You feel me?
As usual.
Get your tickets 2 weeks before, because they will be sold out.
Oh, they sell out so fast.
So fast. Yes.
Oh, I get so upset every time I miss one.
It is nothing to be played with at all. What was I saying?
Oh, being out in Philly. And you performed out in Philly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I did a poem about my sister and her mental health. Mm-hmm. And to me, it was like my 70. It was like my 70, but I felt like I did it exactly how I practiced. Yeah. And I said it exactly how I practiced, but I just didn't feel like, wow, Jada, you killed that. But so many people, you know, was like, wow, that was amazing. Messages coming in like 2 days later saying like, wow, like you told my story, or you told the story of somebody that I know, and it truly touched my heart. And so when I get messages like those, it's like that those people, that's what I'm here for. You know, that's what we do it for. And at the end of the day, for us to be so hung up on how we did is very egotistical, you know? It's like we wrote this poem as a release at one point, but if we're sharing it, we're ultimately writing it for other people.
As a
and
release,
so it's as a release.
That's
and so
exactly
it's so
what it
selfish
is.
for us to just be like, I'm gonna be hung up on this one performance because I didn't feel like I did good. When it's like, just take it for what it was, and just move forward and be like, all right, next one, I'm ready. What's up?
The reason I ask these questions is because this helps me. Because I am very critical, and I always want to know what how someone else deals with something particular that I am dealing with myself, because we are in the same realm of things, and it's like, oh shit, oh yeah, of course, because like when you broke it down like that, it's like, oh, yeah, duh, nigga, like,
yeah,
don't nobody know what you about to say until you say it, and that's the first time they heard it.
Yeah.
Nigga, you've been reciting this shit for months in your head, so you know what it's supposed to sound like, but you know, if it derives off from the little path that it went on, but
then
you still got your message
yeah.
across, it's cool, because they ain't never heard it. And it's like, nigga, stop beating yourself up.
Yeah, because
like,
I am my worst critic.
Yeah.
I am my worst critic for everything. Work, life, everything. Like, I'm my worst critic. And so when it came to poetry, I had to stop doing that, because I would literally I would be down after a great show. It was an overall great show. Like, girl,
there ain't no catchbacks to the next one.
It's okay, you know. Yeah, so
that is why I've had to learn that early, because that happens a lot in comedy, and it hurts a lot worse in comedy. I have to be bluntly honest about that, because when it comes to poetry, motherfuckers are there for you.
Right.
Regardless, like from the beginning to the end, they there for you. It ain't about to be we against you. Oh, let's hear your words, poet, what you got. You know, comedy is like, nigga, make me laugh, and it's like, oh shit, like, you are here for a purpose. Like, you're not here to feel nothing.
That.
Yeah, and I didn't do any of that. So when I do finish, like, there's a whole bunch of energy that comes back to you. It's like, you didn't do what you was supposed to do, nigga, and I'm gonna let you know. And it's like, I don't need the dirt thrown on me while I'm in the hole. You know, I'm already in the hole, and I know that I'm in the hole. Like,
keep it while you're already down.
Keep like, this dirt has some shit in it. Like, what we doing? Like, can we? So
I understand.
But that there, like, hardened my shell for anything that I can come upon when it comes to doing poetry. But that mental, it just doesn't let me be like, nigga, you did good. 70% ain't what we want.
Yeah.
Get back in the gym. It's like, dang. Yeah.
I feel that. The fact of the matter is that, like, there's no way for us to always be at 100%.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes where, like, we'll perform and be like, man, I killed
it.
that joint.
Killed it. Everybody did.
And everybody gonna say that you killed it. There's gonna be times like that, you know, and shout out to my girlfriend Kay again. Love her because she gives her 100% every time.
Yeah.
And she is someone I learned where it's like, it's okay. Like, it's okay.
Just to watch her perform, I am in awe every time, just because, like,
insane.
Just her thought process of what she wants to talk about and how she talks about it and how she gets to it. It's so gutter too, and I'm like, oh, it's exciting to me. And like, when I see certain people, it makes me want to go back home, and it's like, I'm gonna throw all this away. I'm gonna throw all this away. This ain't nothing. Like, comedy, poetry, nigga. What is this, nigga? This ain't. There's free kids out here making a revolution.
The fluent one.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god. He should literally
a spoken word artist. Like, what do we like? The people.
Everything he does should be illegal.
Oh, just shout outs to all these motherfuckers in this poetry scene out here. Like,
Houston is amazing.
It opens my eyes. Like, I've seen Houston has the better poetry scene. Like, the comedy scene is cool. It's cool. I'm a diehard New Orleans fan when it comes to comedy. But Houston, their poetry scene is magnificent.
Yeah, it's
like
it's amazing.
LA has a nice poetry scene, but I'm not that it's too vast out there. Like everything's everywhere. You don't know what's happening with what.
Right.
Houston's more solidified when it comes to like, oh, you gonna see this same group of people, and they just migrate between everything. Out there, it's just like, oh, okay, you do it like I said, you know, the group of the age group, like, oh, y'all fresh out of high school,
different.
and y'all fresh out of menopause. It's like, this is, you know, I find a few of them right in the middle, but you know, they're also doing other shit because everybody's so busy in LA. And I'm like, damn, y'all need so many jobs just to survive, but you also want to chase a dream. This ain't the place. So that's why I'm glad the pandemic came and burned that bitch down. I love LA. I love LA. It's not bad, but hey, it did. Like when I was leaving, that motherfucker was catching fire, and I was like, oh shit, I need to. I don't know what's going on, but hey, I gotta go.
You sound like you was visualizing it in that second.
Oh, I recorded it. I was like, I remember that. I remember them days vividly. The days that I was leaving LA, I was like, this is. Like, it seems like LA is telling me not to be here.
Wow.
This is, like, everything that I went through, the last week that I went through it, like, I lost my job, my car broke. I had to Uber to work with all my tools. The second to last day of me actually Ubering to work is when I lost the job. I lost my job on a Thursday. I went to go get my check, and they was like, hey, nigga, remember that car that we bought you? Okay, well, hit this $100 check. Thank you, and it fucking sent me on my way because I had to pay for that fucking car that they bought me, which don't work no more. So I had $100 to my name, and I had to fucking get back and then see how I can make rent. And then I was like, all this is circling. I'm like, fuck no, I can't stay here no more. And then shit was catching on fire, and I don't even know about COVID about to happen, and that was right around the corner. And I was like, oh hell no. Hell no. I'm out. I'm out, yo. I don't know. Nigga, everything in LA was telling me, bitch, you don't need to be here. And I was like, all right. When the universe speaks, I listen. Universe, God, whoever's telling me this, I hear it loud and clear. I'm out. And I took a plane. I had little help. I had put all my shit that I had, and I brought it to a friend's garage, and I left it there. And I'm like, yo, I got a dip, son. I can't do this, and I'll be back. I don't know when I'm gonna be back, but I'm gonna be back soon to get my shit. You know, you got my livelihood in your garage, nigga. Don't fuck over me, son. Don't just up and relocate with my shit in your garage.
That
you know,
is hilarious.
So like 3 weeks, almost a month later, nigga, I hit this nigga up. I'm like, yo, what's good? He was like, hey man, I'm glad you called me. Nigga, we about to move tomorrow. I'm like, son,
tomorrow?
I told you, nigga. I told you, hit me up before anything happens. He was like, oh, no, it's cool, man. I'll watch your stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm gonna be up there. I'm coming up there, nigga. I'll be up there by this weekend. He's like, all right, cool. You know, it'll still be in here, nigga. We still moving stuff ourselves. I'm like, all right. And I fucking drove up to California from Texas. And I drove up to California Friday and came back Sunday. And got all my shit and was like, I ain't never been back. Yeah. I was like, I can't. No,
that's
nigga.
insane.
Yeah.
That's
just
insane.
like as soon as I can get out of there in that chapter of my life, this is what my dad told me. He's like, that's just a chapter. Just write it down, close that motherfucker, start on a new one. I was like,
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know I could close doors on shit. You know, lock that motherfucker. Don't open it.
At all. Do not open it again.
We don't want to look back at that past right there.
That's amazing.
It is.
I don't know. I feel like how you feel like everything was pulling you away from LA. I don't know, man. Philly has been like, I've been there 3 times. In less than 6 months.
Kind of dragging you in there.
It is, oh my God. Every time I go.
I feel that.
Every time I go. And this last time everybody was like, so you're not leaving, right?
Yeah,
and I'm like,
ooh, you're tugging at the heartstrings.
Black Wildflower. My girl Black Wildflower, host of VIP. Shout out to VIP again.
The love out there.
Man.
It's gotta be great.
She texted me, because I have to be back there in June.
Yeah.
And she was like, just go ahead and move.
Come on, you might as well just be here, yo.
Oh,
that's exciting to hear. That's
it's
so
crazy.
awesome.
I'm gonna pray about it. It's everything in me wants to, but you know, like my biggest thing is my community here, my church community, like just everything that I've built my life on is here. But I don't know. I definitely feel myself.
I can tell you that's why it took me 32 years to leave New Orleans. Just because I'm like, this is what I built, but what I built is here. But I needed to see what was beyond the walls.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta go venture out. I'll be back. Like, I'm not, this is my heart. Heart is where the home is. But I was like, I need to see what else is out there. And like, it was way better opportunities once I left. And I was like, oh shit, I wouldn't have gotten this if I would have just stayed bouncing from home plate, from home base. And now that I've came out to Texas, like everything has just like
gone
opened the fuck
crazy.
up. Yeah, and I'm like,
and it's
oh,
and that's
shit.
how I feel. Even with being there for 3-4 days, like the opportunities that are at my fingertips, like with the community and just the support
already
that
got
I
shit
have.
set up.
Already, it's like. Low key, all I gotta do is
all you gotta do is
all I gotta do is say the
all you gotta do is dip.
Like,
all you gotta do is dip. That's it. It's hard to leave, but once you leave,
so
it feels good to stay somewhere. And it's so nice because my goal was, as a comedian, all right, you here, you made your establishment in New Orleans, cool. Now you got to go out to one of the Meccas. And I was like, one of the Meccas is either California. At the time, this is my thought process. This was everybody's thought process as a comedian. Back then, it was like, oh, you got to make it on Conan or make it on a late night. Now it's just like, just go out to either fucking California or New York. And I was like, I don't like that cluster shit. New York is too grimy. I don't want none of that.
I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
That's where I was born.
See, you was born there.
I could never live in New York.
Yeah, see,
ever.
That's how I feel with. I mean, I don't want to go back to live in New Orleans, but I love to visit.
Yeah,
see, so
exactly.
I went to California. I'm like, California is where I need to be. Fuck that. That's where we going. Went out to California.
Didn't work.
No. I saw the ugly bitch. I was like, ugh. I see what you look like now.
Are you serious?
Like, I thought California was something beautiful portrayed on TV. I was like, this is what Hollywood is. Hollywood is Marilyn Monroe. When I got there, it was like Monroe, and I was like, I don't know who you are, but this is not what I've seen.
The part I was in was beautiful. The part I was in was beautiful.
Now, I can't lie about that. Now, all of California, outside just looking at shit, magnificent. I can see why people are stubborn and stuck up there. I get it. But the people there, are what give Hollywood the blemish. Me being a comic and going there and seeing the people that were just there to leech off of other motherfuckers, like as an artist, you can feel the energy in places, and the energy when I would go certain places, I'm like, oh, you're not here for shit.
Wow.
You just here to be ugly, be nasty, and leech off of this motherfucker. And you see it. It's like that. It's like those little fucking planktons off of SpongeBob that followed that one little dude, that little pickle dude.
The plankton.
You see a lot of that, and I'm like, ooh.
Nah, plankton was definitely a munch.
He is
a munch.
I was like, Hollywood is a whole bunch of just ugly motherfuckers out here.
Yeah, we don't like ugly people.
I don't want none of it.
I
was like, I can't. This is not the comedy environment I was brought up in. So I was like, I can't do that. So once I left there, I was like, cool. And I visited New York. And I was like, motherfucker.
Absolutely not.
No. It was the opposite for me.
Really?
Yeah. I thought, in my head, that New York wasn't going to be shit for me. I'm like, I don't want none of that. This is not what I want. It's too much like New Orleans. Everything's clustered. I got there. I was like, it was something that I felt in. There's certain things that I can't do about New York. But when I got there, I was like, just the love of this city and just how people are like, nigga, I gotta go somewhere. What you need, bitch? I'm here.
Facts.
Hey, I love you. You look nice, but I'm gone.
I'm finna go.
And it's like, oh, motherfuckers are abrupt out here, and they're straight to the point.
Yeah.
Ain't no sugarcoating shit. Ain't nobody about to lie to you.
At all.
I love that.
Absolutely not.
I'm like, I want to be part of this.
All my family, I have grandparents in Brooklyn. My sister drove from Brooklyn to come visit me in Philly. Love her. My brother, he was living in Long Island. He just moved to Connecticut with his fiance. I have an uncle that lives in Long Island. Like all my my godfather and my godmother's in New York. So I have a whole bunch of family in New York. My dad, everybody. So I love to go to see them.
Yeah.
And trust
I feel that.
me, I had to. I used to be a little salty. First time I went to visit them, I cried every day, yo. Every single day, they was like, "Nah, my nigga.
Yeah.
Nah, we not doing that. We not doing that."
We gonna do this round these parts.
Yeah. So now they be cracking on me. I be cracking on them, but we still love on each other. So yeah, that's definitely the culture.
That's
in New York.
what's up, man. How long you been out in Texas?
All my life, pretty much. Like, I'm 21. I moved here in 2006. I was 5.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I pretty much been here all my life.
That's what's up. Yeah, it's such a difference when you go other places.
Yeah.
Like New York is so knit tight and just there. Everybody's there.
Everybody's there.
Oh, when I was out there, it was cold as a month.
Oh,
and I was like, no, I don't want no parts of this cold. I don't want no parts of it. I'm too small for all this cold. Like all this cold, like I had all of my jackets on, and I was like, I feel it. I still feel it. I don't want to feel it. I didn't want to feel it at all. Like I was like, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah,
and if I had to work
cold.
in this,
yeah.
And then I went and visited a buddy, and he stayed on the 3rd flight, and I was like, yo, like how you wash around here? He's like, oh no, we go down to the washer chair. I'm like, you take 3 flights back down?
Carry all
These
your
little
clothes
narrow stairs?
all the way downstairs.
Yo, I'm not doing it, son. I'm not.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's
That's one of the amenities I can't do it. Yeah, if I can't have something where I got my washer and dryer here, no, because the elements out there is just it's too much.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Oh, but I love it though.
I love it too.
I just the vibe. If I could. So it's feeling like a more socialized New York. Like what
I don't.
It's like right there.
All I've been around is the poetry community.
Yeah,
and I love it. I'm telling you, like they literally are like pulling me to move there, like to this freaking day.
It seems like a less aggressive New York.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
They definitely gonna be hard on you, but they gonna be more easy on it. You know, like they not gonna be too rough. Like you're not gonna cry.
Yeah.
You know? You're not gonna cry. Like me, at least. You know, you're not gonna be a crybaby like me. But
okay.
Yeah.
Man, I definitely won't go out to fit. That's one of the places where I'm like,
the streets are so bad though. Like the roads.
Really?
Oh my gosh! It's like you're on a roller coaster. It's like you're on a roller coaster.
Oh, not talking about like pop holes and shit.
All these turns.
Oh,
they're super narrow. Some of the streets are so tiny, and you got cars on both sides of you.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
It's I literally would. I don't want to think about driving in Philly. I don't want to think about it. Yeah.
I've dealt with many things. Like LA has you have your hills and your windy roads in certain places. Certain places way too steep. And it's like that too. And it's like, all right, cool. You know, certain places comes over a peak and the sun is directly in you. And I'm like, all right, this sucks. New Orleans, all the streets is trash. Like if your motorboats ain't ready, like you definitely gonna have to repair your tires. Yeah, your A-frame is gonna be messed up by the time you leave. Like I remember the first time like I took my Cadillac down to New Orleans. Like I hit something and my car ain't never sounded the same since. I was like, man, what are we doing? But I've never had to deal with like steep hills and turns.
It's not hilly. It's not so much hilly. It's just the turns. Like you literally feel like you're just going like this for so long, and it's like, bro, I'm like, yo, I would not want to freaking like you just have to have so much control on the road.
I can't wait. All right, so what do you mostly write about in your poetry?
My life.
Yeah.
My life. I would just say it's about my experiences and the experiences of the people around me and how they affect me or how I feel about them is the best way for me to describe my poetry.
That's dope. That's dope because you see some people, they're usually all over the place. Some people's like, oh, I only do this here, but I'm like this in other places. It's like, oh, all right. I just always want to know what people are bringing to the table and why they bring it to the table.
Yeah.
This has been a good night. It's getting pretty.
It is.
It's getting pretty lit out here to where it's dark, but the lights are coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so before I always close things out, for my newcomers, I always like to play a game of choices with them. It's for you get 4 choices. It's 4 choices and 4 options. All right, now I'm pretty sure because of the age bracket that you are in, I'll probably have to explain maybe 1 or 2 of these things to you. But you should be good. You should be good. Okay. So your choices are: you gotta be one, you gotta raise one, you gotta sell one, and you gotta have relations with the other one. Okay. Be one of them, raise one of them, sell one of them, and then relations with the other one. If you marry, you just a boyfriend, a girlfriend, however you feel.
Okay.
All right. And your options are: you're a mermaid, a mogwai, a Mexican, and a manatee. See? I see your face already. Now, mogwai.
Thank you. That was the first one I was gonna. What the heck is a mogwai?
A mogwai is. Have you ever seen Gizmo? You know what? You ever seen Gremlins before? You ever seen a Gizmo? All right, don't worry about it. I'll show you. I'll pull it up. That's why we got Googles.
Lord, thank God for Google. Thank God for Google.
And then you can just Google the. Well, this is a gremlin. That there's a gremlin.
Oh my gosh.
All right, but this is a mogwai. Come on, phone.
That gremlin looks so ugly.
That's a mogwai.
Oh.
Yeah. She said blood.
Okay, you said be
one, raise one, and sell. Oh, that's Gizmo himself right there.
Sell one.
Yeah.
I'm definitely selling. I'm definitely selling the girl's blade. Okay.
You get a lot of money for it on the black market. You know, you might end the world just because what happens to them when they get wet or if they feed them after dark.
Whatever.
But
that's not my
problem no more.
Longer my
out
problem.
of my hands. Give me my money.
Please give me my money. I'm going far away from you. Okay. Right. Raise one, be one.
Raise one, be one in a relationship with the other one. You got a mermaid, a Mexican, and a manatee.
I will be with the Mexican.
You'll be with the Mexican, okay.
I will be with the Mexican.
All right.
I guess I'll raise whatever that ugly thing was.
The manatee?
The manatee.
You gonna raise a manatee?
Oh, I feel like I have a lot of patience. I'll be a mermaid. I don't know how that's gonna work.
All right. Hey, that works. I mean, Jason Momoa's a mermaid. So if you look at it like
what
that.
What was the other one? Was that it?
Yeah, no, that was it. Yeah, because you're gonna have relations with the Mexican and you're gonna be a mermaid. That's amazing. Okay. That's like a Disney movie right there.
Right.
You know?
That's kind of what I was going for. You know, my 21-year-old self was thinking of Disney.
I've gotten rich off of selling mogwais, and now at the age of such and such, my mermaid tail comes.
The mogwai, it wasn't that ugly. You know, it's kind of cute.
Yeah, the hints for it being cute is why people wanted it at the time, but it came from this Chinese guru. And if you ever seen them, don't worry. You'll worry about you'll run into seeing the movie. Either that or they're gonna make a remake at some point. They remakes and everything, but there was 3 of them.
20 years later,
there was 3 of them. They also had a female gremlin, which
I don't want the gremlin.
It's very crazy how you sexualize the gremlin. It's like, is this sexy? I don't know. It's got lipstick on now. It's got lipstick on now. We see what's happening here.
I don't know. I don't think this is turning me
It's like the Smurfs, you know. You only get one female, and it's like where she came from.
Right. I don't know. I know that's super weird.
Yeah, very weird. It's like, where did everybody else come from?
Yeah, right.
Like, how y'all get here? Yeah, but we know how the gremlins got here. It's just when it comes to the Smurfs. Maybe it's like a gremlin thing when it comes to Smurfs. I don't know. Let everybody know where they can find you at, Jada.
You can follow me on Instagram at _Jada Luciano. If you want to see some videos of me, you can possibly Google me or look me up on YouTube. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
I got a good breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
You know, on this beautiful Thursday.
It is a Thursday.
It is
okay.
Thursday.
I'll be having to find out what days it is too.
I was gonna be so embarrassed.
Shit, I'll be
Thursday,
having one
Friday,
day off of work and shit. I'm like, I don't know what day it is. I just know
what day.
I'm not working today.
Man, today was supposed to be my day off, dude.
Was it really?
It definitely was. But
that always sucks.
It's okay. It's all good.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. And you know what? Boom. We've been here for 50 minutes.
Love that.
Yeah. And see, I told you, it just
15
goes.
minutes of talking.
Everybody's always asking, like, what we going to talk about? Don't worry. It's just going to happen. It happens.
Love that.
So,
I love to talk too. So.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's always helpful. That's always helpful. I haven't had anybody that was just like, I don't know. It's like,
I don't use my words.
we talking about ourselves right now. Just, you know, tell people how to chase this dream.
Right?
Yes, shit. It's hard out here.
It is hard out here for a pimp.
Y'all can follow me at the Maniacal Menace on Instagram, or you can hit me up on my email. They never do. They never email me. But tell me a joke, yo, at email.com. At gmail.com. Just send me something. It's always my ex, and it's always rude. I don't like it. So some other people send me messages. Tell me a joke, yo, at gmail.com.
Beside his ex.
Yeah, Jesus. She's so mean. But this has been Tell Me a Joke, the guideline of chasing the dream. I've been your host, Maniacal Menace. Say the whole thing like a pimp named Slickback. And until next time, keep dreaming, jokers. Something like that. Keep joking, dreamers. I had it last time. Almost.
It's okay. Gotta be quicker than that.